Now, stop me if you've heard this one before.
You always say that, Papa.
Ha! And yet you never stop me. But, little Nina, perhaps you do not want a story?
Tell the story! Tell it!
But of course! I had set sail on my greatest adventure to discover the fabled Isle of Libertalia. You remember, I told you of Libertalia, Nina.
The land of true freedom.
That's right! The greatest prize for a sailor. My destiny. But this time, my plans had gone, well, all to pieces. I had seen a bit of the world, from legendary fisherman to heroic lighthouse keeper to, now, treasure hunter. So this was not the first time your papa had to pick himself up and piece himself back together. So, there I was, just another jumble of jetsam, washed up on an unfamiliar shore, completely broke. Again. No doubt about it, I needed to pull myself together. I was missing two things that every sailor needs. Now, what could they be?
Your sea legs.
Now I was beginning to pull myself together. Now I could stand on my own 2 feet, but still I was rolling around like a drunken sailor. I needed to get my head on straight. Back then, I'd forget my own head if someone didn't remind me. There. Now there was just one thing left.
You've forgotten your hand, Papa.
I needed to grasp the situation with both hands. Ha! But of course! So there I was, Nina. Marooned. No ship, no prospects. The current had carried me here, and I couldn't swim against it. But I just needed a change of perspective. I'm a model fisherman, after all. Why, if I so wished, I could pop off my head and put it up somewhere high to get a good look around.
Wow! So you just popped your head off, Papa? Will I be able to do that when I grow up?
Better check with me before you try it, Nina. Now I could take a good look around. Progress! Soon I would escape, make my fortune, find Libertalia and true freedom. An appetite for adventure, little Nina. But first, food. A sailor needs a full belly to keep body and soul together. I reached for the coconut, weak with hunger. Got it! Now, little shipmate, what do we do with coconuts?
Smash them!
Success! My mouth watered.
Oi! What's this? Who's stealing my coconuts?
That was when I heard a familiar voice. There, perched on the rock, an old rival of mine. Cunning and devious.
These coconuts are to feed my family. You cast off, all cast away. Unlike you, I have responsibilities.
Of course, I offered him my hand, but as always, he seized the advantage. When sailors disagree, little shipmate, sooner or later, someone starts to throw hands. This time it was my turn.
But Pubby nice. The coconuts are for his family.
Oh yes, family can drive you mad. Always interrupting stories at crucial moments. It was a duel for the ages, but finally I got the upper hand. Then, treachery. Gave him a chance and that crabby landlubber would take an arm and a leg. I had regained my footing, but my old rival had another trick up his sleeve. Oh. You see, he tried to turn my head, make me see things his way. He had my head in his clutches. I needed to free myself. Got him at last. Now, little shipmate, what do we say when we triumph?
Let's make a deal. If you give me one of those handy hands of yours, I'll give you my claw. Those nimble, bendy fingers will help me smash coconuts, and I'm sure you could use a powerful pinch. Give me your hand, Bob, for old time's sake. Here is my glue. It's my best one. I promise. Merci, Bob. Now, no more leaving claw to mouse for my family.
Bye, Mr. Crab. What happened next, Papa?
Now, escape. There had to be a way out of this little cove. There was signs of life. A gate that was bound shut. Snip, snip. It was high time I got off this beach. But how? I thought I could smell smoke?
Look up, Papa. Look up.
Oh. At least I knew what had happened to my boat. Ah, le téméraire. Tell me, Nina, if every part of a boat is repaired or replaced until not a plank of the original remains, is it still the same boat?
Well, what does the boat think?
True wisdom, little shipmate. Now, our way forward was blocked. The bridge was broken. But I suppose I could use the washed-up planks from Paul le Téméraire. I only needed a few planks.
We did it!
I couldn't climb out with a hand and a claw. I needed something to help me climb. The solution had to be somewhere on that beach. It seemed I wasn't the first to wash up on this particular shore. The shack was shut up tight. For anyone except old Bob, that is.
Yeah! What was in the shack? What was in the shack?
Yes, plenty of friends and buccaneers that passed through before me and left their mark.
Like who?
My old shipmate, Gutless Jack, greeted me with a grin. The years had not been kind to him. Not like your papa. Lucky for me, fellow sea dogs were always willing to lend a hand. You see, when you find yourself on strange shores, you have to adapt if you want to change your fortune.
Whee! When I grow up, I want to be a flying pirate too, Papa.
I was no pirate, merely a seagoing scoundrel. And you, Nina, will fly higher than I ever did. Yes, I was shipwrecked, alone, marooned. But when you've hit rock bottom, ma petite, there's only one way to go. Up. But it would be hard going with only one hook. Perhaps if I had a second hook. Two hooks? Now I was twice the pirate. I mean, sailor. Finally, I neared the cliff top. Soon I could resume my search for Libertalia. At last, I was out of that little backwater. A campfire, I saw signs of life. But then, a chill came over me. Out in the harbor, a huge mothership. I knew that vessel, oh yes. It seemed I had stumbled on the island hideaway of Captain Kenred and a bloodthirsty pirate crew. Sinister figures crowded around. They had found me. I put up my hooks, ready to fight it out. But
They didn't get you, Papa, did they? What happens next?
Well, back to reality, Nina.
Are you there, Nina? Darling? Hello?
I'm here, Mum. Are you okay?
I'm fine, darling. How are you getting on down there? Are the models all packed up?
Oh, no. I've made a good start, though.
I hope you haven't just been playing around. The hours you and Bob used to spend making his models while he told you all those old stories.
All right, come on, Nina. Let's do one more box. Oh, yeah. I remember the story that went with this one. Bob imprisoned by the dreaded Captain Kenred. There's the cage. Now we need the prisoner. Where are you, Bob?
Papa, when you first met Mum, did she like you right away?
Not instantly.
What about you? Was it love at first sight?
But to understand that story, you must hear how I escaped the bloodthirsty Bunmer pirates. But first, we need a fearsome pirate ship. Pass me the clue. Now you're mine, Bob! Cried Captain Kenred with a hideous laugh. Soon you will be in the clutches of the Kraken!
Uncanny impression, Bob.
Said Bob.
You really nailed the hideous laugh.
Captain Kenred? Did you hear that? That he's,
You tell her, Papa. They say you're a fine sailor, Bob. But I didn't know you were a storyteller.
My greatest story is yet to come, Kenred. The tale of how I escaped the Bonne Mare and bested a captain.
So there. I'd heard you were a wit as well. I see the stories were half right. I hope you're ready to work, Bob. You don't have to be in one piece to scrub grog pots. And if you work hard, we'll put you back together. Curse you, Kenred.
You cannot keep me from my quest, Kenred. I shall find Libertalia.
Libertalia. Bob, no one ever gets to Libertalia. Don't you know that? Don't tell me that that's what you're all about. The land of perfect freedom? I searched for it too, Bob. There's no such place. Like I said, if you stay here and work, we'll put you back together. Look, I've got to go. I never let my men carouse without me. Bad form.
Well, yes, that would be bad form. A noble sentiment. Perhaps if we were not mortal adversaries, we could have been shipmates.
Right, sure. Libertalia. Ha!
So, there I was, captive of a cruel, yet strangely compelling pirate captain.
So, how did you get out of her clutches?
This would be my greatest escape yet. I was sure I could get one hand free. I wouldn't get far without my sea legs.
There you go.
In a cage nearby, I could see the claw my old rival had given me. I had to unlock the cage. Now things were coming together. My head had got me into this mess. Now my head would have to get me out.
Yeah, no one takes a piece out of old Bob.
Shh. Yes, yes. Our hero was back in one piece. Now, to escape. They had put me in the hold, like common cargo. I had to unlock the door. sailor, storyteller, escapologist. Is there anything Bob can't do? The secret passage ahead was locked, but this old head of mine still held a few secrets.
All your models always had a little secret trapdoor somewhere, didn't they? No wonder you always escaped in your stories.
Shh, little shipmate. We're trying to escape, remember? Through the porthole, I spied my boat, Le Téméraire. The scurvy dogs had commandeered him. Nothing for it, I had to commandeer him back. The ship was in some disrepair. I had to fix the elevator control to go up.
What did Captain Kenrid mean when she said she put you back together?
Well, perhaps Kenred was not quite as fierce or cruel as a reputation. Formidable, to be sure. The engine room, what a beast. Getting to the other side would take every ounce of my cunning. Again, Bob must climb, ever upwards. If only I still had a climbing hook. Now we could make progress. So, I would need to repair another of the pirate's machine. The feared Bonne Mare was falling apart. The parts I needed would not be far away. Seemed I'd be leaving the Bonne Mare in better shape than I found it. Courage, Bob. Keep moving forward.
All these moving parts. Why did he build these models and tell these stories over and over? Is this why you like building models? Because you're always fixing machines.
Ah, yes. Again, I was fixing the pirate's ship for them. Looked like I needed several cogs. There would be spare cogs somewhere inside the ship's giant engine. There should be one last cog laying around. be a loose cog somewhere inside this big engine. Like a maze, but I couldn't follow my nose. I was starting to smell fresh sea air. I was nearing the upper decks. At last, I reached the crew area. My escape was getting dangerous, but nothing would keep me from my quest for true freedom. Ah, the captain's cabin. Kenred said she, too, had searched for Libertalia. Perhaps there were clues. Legend said that to enter Libertalia, you must sacrifice a great treasure. If Kenred gave up on the quest, perhaps the treasure was still here. Got it. An experienced treasure hunter, I made quick work of the search. Kenred's treasure, a mystical jeweled egg. This would get me into Libertalia. And, like the proverbial thief, treasure hunter in the night, I was gone. Was the egg in my bag? On the upper decks, state-of-the-art security. No surprise with the treasure I'd found. I'd need an extra pair of hands to access the control room. Kenred had told me about the cruise party. With all of them sleeping like stones, I could safely explore their quarters. It was clear this ship had far too many spare hands on deck.
I remember asking if you had any tattoos, Papa.
Your mother has forbidden me to answer that. There, on the deck, my ship, Le Téméraire. Looks like they had already repaired him. Done a nice job, too. was in dry dock. I had to use the crane to move it. If I wanted to control the crane, I had to become the crane. There, in the corner, a winch system which would free Le Téméraire. If I could slide in over to it, I would have to move those big cargo containers out of the way first. Slide the containers along the rails. We will be at sea in no time.
We did it! We always got there in the end, Papa.
But why did you make such complicated models?
Life is complicated, Nina. I can't just walk over. How do I get myself to the boat? Traveling in style. Le Téméraire. How I've missed you, mon ami. Escape was at hand, but then my heart stopped. Who should leap aboard Le Téméraire but...
Captain Kenred. Not so fast, Bob! You have something in mind.
Kenred, don't try to stop me. This treasure will grant me passage into Libertalia.
You're a fool, Bob, and you don't know what you're playing with. The Kraken's egg is a magical link that can't be broken. Give me the egg.
You are an egg.
You're an idiot! Bob, that is not some treasure! It's a responsibility! And frankly, you don't seem the responsible type!
I am Bob, you beguiling buccaneer, and I will be the one to reach Libertalia! Kenred! The Kraken's egg, it's split in half. And Kenred... You see, Nina, when you have met a worthy opponent. Victory, she's not always so sweet.
Damn, Papa. I'd forgotten that part. And the sound the Kraken made? Not exactly Saturday morning cartoon stuff. No wonder Mum was always annoyed at your stories.
Nina, darling, are you there?
Hi, Mum. How are you feeling?
You must be nearly finished packing up your father's stuff. I'm so glad you're taking it on, darling. I just never could face it.
It's okay, Mum. I feel like I'm connecting with him. You know, I was so young.
Hello? I'm sorry. The nurse is here. Who is this?
You were telling me about Bob, Mum.
Vous avez dû faire un faux numéro. Bob? Non, désolé, personne ne te l'a dit. Bob est parti.
It's okay, Mum. I know. Bob isn't around anymore. God, she's just slipping away. Right, come on. Let's box some stuff up. Let's do the weird little room at the back. I can't put it off anymore. Oh, I remember the story, Papa. You converted a fish tank for underwater models so you could tell the story of the map to Libertalia. And when Mum made you take me for a bath, you finished the story with me in the tub, splashing around being the Kraken. We got water everywhere, and you got in trouble again. Nearly at Libertalia at last, eh, Papa? A life of adventure and freedom. I mean, sign me up.
So, there I was, a few weeks older and wiser since my encounter with Captain Kenred. I had escaped with Alpha Loot to pay my way into Libertalia. Now, all I needed was to find it. I was aboard my beloved boat, the Téméraire, the wind at my back, and with only one more step to reach true freedom. Legend said that the map of Libertalia was lost aboard the Spanish galleon that sank at these very coordinates.
Okay, Papa. So, you were a diver too?
But of course, never much of a swimmer, I will admit. But I always had a talent for sinking. First, nothing for it, but to dive to the watery depth. Ah, la mer. The galleon had sunk amid a maze of rocks and coral. And worse, explosive deep-sea mines. Impossible to reach. Or so they said, but I had a plan, and it would go perfectly this time around. You see, I had tried once already, in a small submarine of my own design, but there was a navigational miscalculation, and I was forced to float to safety. This time, I was determined. My submarine, the Ringo. She could plot the treacherous path to the galleon. But like a captain, she had lost a few pieces here and there. A propeller, a spring, a key. Oh mon Dieu. But fortunately, everything I needed could be salvaged from the wrecks of other less committed treasure hunters. I wouldn't find submarine pieces down there, but plenty of other places to explore. I would need 2 hooks to fully explore the area. Who should I meet in those depths but an old friend?
I remember. The biggest fish ever caught by man.
The one that got away. Well, she did seem a little smaller than I remembered. But this time, she seemed firmly caught.
Is that you, Bob? Get me out of here. I was scavenging crab for my kids, and I got snagged.
So, you got tied down, my old friend. Meanwhile, I'm on the edge of true freedom.
You'll understand one day, Bob. Look, cut me loose, and I help you out. I saved you last time.
That's not how I remember it.
You're going after the wreck, aren't you? I can help, and I think you can help me. Close your eyes. There, a nice swishy fish tail will help you find your way through the coral. And I'll keep hold of your lubbery legs. Hey, these are pretty good. Maybe I could go stroll into one of your surfer's supermarkets to find food for my kids.
And was that I was a merbob. Now I could swim and could search high and low for the missing parts. I remember. During my earlier mishap, I left key to the Ringo in this chest for safekeeping. I'm not having some merman make off with my ride.
So, it was a wind-up submarine, was it?
Of course. There is no fuel more reliable than a little elbow grease.
Ew.
This trench device would do for a propeller. Now we were getting somewhere. Submarine spring, but it was in among the spiny urchins. This would take a gentle hand. There. Now, time to wind up the Ringo. Haha! She lives. The Ringo delves into depths again, ready to plunder, explore. Libertalia, I shall find you. Haha! This is why I built the Ringo. Deep sea mines. But with her powerful arms, I can send the mines flying. Time to show what you can do, Ringo. Boom! No more rock. Feel the might of Ringo. All done tight.
I was in the bath when you told me this part. Mum asked you if you really had to splash so much water just to tell a story.
Only when you do it properly. was an honor to sail with you.
Poor Ringo.
Behold, the wreck of the Donchella. If the legend was true, somewhere inside the hull lay the map to Libertalia. I explored the wreck, looking for a way inside. I was inside. This was the stuff of true treasure hunting legend. Libertalia is close. I can feel it. Come on, there's always a secret compartment somewhere. Hidden it. Eureka! Where is the map? They must have hidden it when the ship began to sink. At last, I am so close to true freedom. When I am in Libertalia, then everything will make sense. It must. I had survived the depths. It had been my greatest trial. But surely now, my greatest reward. But as I returned to the Téméraire, a strange light shone where I had hidden my treasure. My half of the jeweled egg had gained a mystical glow. But that could only mean...
Captain Kenrid!
And suddenly, I spied a sail on the horizon. De bonne mer. Captain Kenrid had found me.
Bob? Bob, you sea dog! I know that's you!
Kenrid. She was pursuing me. But of course, it was the egg that led her to me. Oh, sacre bleu, not again. Not now.
I told you before, Bob. The egg does not grasp its responsibility. And now you've awakened her.
I felt a stirring in the ocean below me. Could it be at last the pitiless hunter, the terror of the deep?
The Kraken!
Yes, the beast was chasing the bonne mer. Perhaps breaking the egg had disturbed the creature.
Damn you, Bob.
Kenred was facing it alone, but I had the map. And now, Nothing was standing between me and Libertalia, so I turned. I set my sails for freedom, and I left the sound of the Kraken's roar behind me.
I'd forgotten that bit. Not exactly heroic stuff, Papa. Why did you tell the story that way? Are these photos? No, projector slides. Why were they inside the model? We definitely have a projector somewhere. Mum used to show us holiday pictures. Let's try these slides in the projector. I can't see a screen anywhere. It must be buried in here somewhere. I'll take care of that later.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Here we go, just like yesterday.
Bob? Are you down there? Is Nina with you?
Oh no.
She told me the other night that she wanted to be a pirate when she grew up, Bob.
A pilot, Mum. I wanted to be a pilot.
I don't want you filling her head with flights of fancy. Bob? Bob?
She's getting worse. I have to talk to her about options. I'll do it tomorrow. I just want to remember the stories a little longer. Let's see. So, Libertalia at last, eh, Bob? You always said you'd tell me how the story ended, and you never did. I don't think I remember this bit of the story.
So, there I was. But where was I? Could it be Libertalia at last?
Now there's a fine piece of flaxen.
Hi there. Come dash yourself on my rocks. Come.
Libertalia seems kind of grubby.
Well, hello, sailor. Welcome to the Libertalia.
Enchanté.
V. Libertalia?
Looking for some spice or sugar? Whatever you want. We have it all. The only thing you won't find here are regrets. Except the ones you bring with you, of course.
My only regret, madame, is not arriving sooner. Now, where do I...
Papa, this place is weird. What did she mean by sugar? Why are we here?
You have brought a suitable tribute? Place it here then, darling. A Kraken's egg. Broken. Well, I guess it will have to do. Though the one thing people always bring here that I do not want is their past. I hope you have left yours at the door. And now let the party begin. Come closer, darling. Take a huff of this. Breathe a whiff of that. And dance your heart away. Drink up, sailor. Have a taste of this freedom and all its pleasures. Come on, drink this.
Oh, freedom has a taste, and it's not always sweet. But there was plenty to wash it down. She beckoned me towards the sounds of dancing. This was it. I'd arrived in time for a party. I could feel the music, feel my doubts leaving me. It was intoxicating.
Once or twice upon a time, drank on freedom, filling my mind. Friends and rivals are left behind, so this was liberty, it was mine.
Oh no, Papa! It's so embarrassing. Get out of here now.
Can you hear the siren song? Their doom is through their endless maze. There I crawled in a chromalis. I knew I could not put a foot wrong.
Is this what you wanted? How does it end?
I was free like Puck in my prime. I saw my ship and there on the deck, my young self before the wreck. Oh, once or twice upon the time.
This isn't the story I thought it was, Papa.
I had been through the haze. I wanted freedom from my past, but regret is always just ahead of you, like a reef.
Once or twice upon the tide, I became a fisherman, following my father's plan and fishing for my father's pride.
So, you were a fisherman before?
And reeled without a break, pulling bounty from the sea. Father said this life was free, as I followed in his wake.
And your papa was a fisherman too?
Once or twice upon a time, I was a young fisherman, weighing anchor with no plan, whether be ugly or fine. The storm right around me, the ocean going mad. I cursed my folly and my dad. As the ocean reached up into the sky.
Climb, Papa! Climb!
Once or twice above the brine, the storm took my shoulder apart, down into the ocean's heart. But I climbed and climbed toward the light, escaping the clutches of the deep. Swore if I lived that I would keep the beacon of a lighthouse shining bright.
So that's why you became a lighthouse keeper.
In my head alone, rebuilding for the bows that need a guiding. The days go by, I'm sinking, and the light upstairs is fading.
Papa, you deserved better.
Every day inside I'm building modern homes to keep my mind in. My lighthouse slowly darkening. Afraid but safe I'm hiding.
If you stay there, you'll never meet Mom.
Steps to climb and yielding, walking back and forth and turning. I'd escape the box I kept my mind in.
Mum's waiting out there.
Once or twice upon a time, back at sea, you sailed away, and nothing ever stood in your way. Feeling the wind, it's so sublime.
So this is when you started hunting for Libertalia.
Surely freedom is not a crime.
Now I know what you're running from.
The sea, she whispers she wants at you. And the sand said slowly, what will you do? The beast is sinking, but not for you. And she'll pay the price that you always knew.
You left her behind.
Once or twice upon a time was a coward and didn't see that you can hide on the open sea, but won't escape the storm inside your mind. Now it's the end of the line. I'd left my heart Vizm behind. Could I be sorry? Could you be brave? For once, or twice, for all of time.
I have been watching, boy, and I'm not impressed.
Papa?
Is that my grandfather?
Papa, I'm sorry. I wasn't a true sailor like you.
No, boy, you weren't. Just like I was not the sailor my father wanted me to be. But you had a chance to be greater than what came before. Now look at you.
Papa, the Kraken is coming.
You didn't turn tail even when you sailed into that storm, boy. Trust me, this Kraken you can face.
I was afraid of losing my freedom. Losing a part of myself.
We lose parts of ourselves all the time, boy. And we pick up others. It is not too late for you.
Here is my clue. It's my best one, I promise.
Now I understood. Even my true freedom. Everything I had been seeking. Each line of story I had woven for myself. Each string that led back to the past. To father. Everything I thought I had escaped. That was the past, far behind me. He would always lie ahead of me, like a tempest on the horizon. Unless I trim sail and rend the storm, now.
So you're awake. I'm giving you a refund, Bob. Your half-treasure isn't worth much incomplete anyway. Freedom isn't something you bury in a chest. It is something you do. You told a fine story, Bob. We all heard it. But what ending do you want?
Kenred, what have I done?
She needed you, and you just sailed off. Maybe he wasn't who I thought he was. Oh, Mum. There's still so much I wanted to ask you. Now, I'm just talking to myself. Just like bloody Bob. Okay, projection screen is ready. There has to be an end to this story. Do I really want to see there?
Ah, Bob. When I first met him, he was in pieces. After what happened in the storm, he'd shut himself up in a lighthouse for God knows how many years. Finally, he plucks up the courage to get out and start some harebrained adventure. And pretty soon he washes up, a bag of bits, on my doorstep.
So there I was, Nina, marooned. No ship, no prospects. The current had carried me here, and I couldn't swim against it.
Papa?
Like I said, if you stay here and work, we'll put you back together.
Le Bonne Mère. A sailor's bar? They never told me that.
You see, when you find yourself on strange shores, you have to be willing to adapt if you want to change your fortune.
They say you're a fine sailor, Bob, but I didn't know you were a storyteller.
Well, one thing leads to another, I suppose. But he was restless. He was always talking about freedom. He said one day he'd go make his fortune and then he'd marry me. Well, I'd heard that before.
At last, I am so close to true freedom. When I am in Libertalia, then everything will make sense. It must.
And then one day, he was gone. Except, of course, he'd already left a little piece of himself behind. Which rapidly grew into a big piece. The crew wanted to chase him down and keelhaul him. I thought, well, if he didn't want to stay, good riddance. Of course, he didn't get very far. And then, all of a sudden, one day Bob, the roamer, the dreamer, he finally made up his mind.
Kenred, what have I done?
Oh, it's jammed, damn thing. There has to be more. I can't believe I trusted him. Every story he told me, he was just trying to make his own sad, stupid decision seem like an adventure. So much. Have I just been hiding too? Because I remember this last story. This is the story we never got to, when Bob met the Kraken. Ha! I always knew monsters weren't real, but I really hoped that you were, Dad. Go on then, Bob. What have you got to say for yourself?
There I was, as if waking from a dream. I left Libertalia behind. What a fool I had been. The Kraken was coming, and with the egg broken, it would never rest, never stop searching. I knew that all too well. I was not going to leave Kenred to deal with that alone. I would make the egg whole, even if, after that, she never wanted to see me again. The creature was tearing the bugbear apart. I'm coming, Kenred! The ship won't hold for long. The fury of the Kraken was the stuff of legend, but I couldn't blame the creature. Chut alors! The proud bugbear was being torn asunder. Kenred!
Bob, go back to your precious Libertalia! Coward! I can handle this myself. Easy now! Easy! Is this what you want? Come on, take it! Come on!
Kenred! Kenred! The egg with me! We can fix this?
Oh, now you're sorry, Rob! Now!
I was seized by one of the creature's mighty tentacles. I couldn't free myself. I would have to use my wits to escape. Let go of me, you sorry squid! The crane controls. Perfect. It would destroy the crane if I tried to arm wrestle the beast, but I couldn't move all the stuff around. Got it. Hold still, beast. I mustn't complete the egg.
I don't need rescuing, Bob! It's done by you!
I know that. But we can take it on together.
Go get her, Bob!
So, there I was, inside the beast. Above me, I could see the glow of the broken egg. Think, Bob, think. I had to raise the water level. So, if I gave the beast a little tickle on one of those glands, it would take in more water. I looked up. The next gland was far, far above. I would have to climb through the wreckage of the bonne mare to reach it. Any of the crew made it. It's actually quite a story. So, there I was. Wait, there's no time for that, you piecemeal privateers. You have to help me save the captain. Kenred's crew, the poor devils were all over the place. I had to give them a hand.
Over here!
I can't leave the crew in this state, and I'll need their help to go forward.
Can you hear me? I'm here.
Hurry, Bob. The ship is coming apart. Bob, find my legs.
I'll have to search for all their different pieces.
I can't believe you came back, Bob. I'm missing a hand. I'm missing a hand.
Bob, find my legs. Bob, find my legs. Bob, find my legs.
We ought to kill all you for what you did, Bob, cried the grateful pirate crew. But the captain said you'd be back.
Come on, we'll make a way for you.
There, all present and accounted for.
Go and find our captain.
Now I had to ride the ship's rails one last time. I had to hurry. Kenred needed me. Together we could calm the Kraken. When I was so close. Ha! I did it! My journey had taken me to some strange places, but this was the strangest. I looked the beast deep in its gigantic eyes, almost as though I could step inside them. Above me, in the beast's main heart, I could see the green glow from Mary's half of the egg. That's where she was. That's where I needed to go. How can I climb up there? I'll need a fish tail if I want to reach the heart. Got it! I had took the truth square in the eyes, and I was ready for what would come. Kenred, I hope I'm not too late. The glow, it's coming from the creature's heart, but it's not beating. No, come! Kenred! Marie! Mary Kenred! Where is she? We must unite the heart of the Kraken! I mean, I have to be there before it's too late.
You know what you have to do, right?
Yes, together. Mary, I'm sorry.
Oh, now you're sorry, Bob. Now
I am a fool, Mary.
you're an idiot, Bob. An idiot.
Of course, I'm here. Tell me, does it hurt?
I'm having a baby, Bob. So yes, it hurts. Now come here, Bob.
I will give you every part of myself.
We'll see about that. You have a lot of time to make up. But as far as this baby is concerned, we're in this together, Bob. Stories are all very well, but the endings always let them down. Real life is in all the sequels, not in really ends. Does it, dear?
Me? I always liked a happily ever after.
You would.
Mum, Papa, real life was even better than the story. I promise. So, there I was, the great adventurer, Nina. At last I had found the map to my father's mysterious treasure, and now I knew what I had to do. Okay, let's do this. It's time to get rid of this damn cast. That's better. Now, stop me if you've heard this one before. Someone told me once that every cell in our body gets replaced every 7 years. Is a ship still the same ship after every plank and nail's being replaced? Maybe it's up to the ship. Or maybe it's in the ones who sailed with you. You never planned to tell me the whole story, did you, Papa? You wanted me to find it for myself. So, there I was. All my life, my father had told me stories of treasure hunting adventure. But when I followed his map, it led me back to where it all began. The lighthouse, our first home. I mean, the place where he discovered the secret of true freedom. I think I know how the pieces fit together now. All right, Papa. Just one more story.
So, we faced the creature together, Mary and I. The greatest of adventures. It had its ups, its downs, its false starts, and its bitter ends, and it kept going.
This is where he built his models and the Kraken.
Always I wanted to be the hero. For if I was not, I was afraid life would wash me away. But instead, I was washed up on an unfamiliar shore. What is a sailor to do but explore?
But how does it end, Papa?
Libertalia? I found my Libertalia, my Nina. If I had my way, her world would have no edges at all, but she would have to discover for herself. All I could do was leave her enough clues and hope she did not make my mistakes. So, I told my tales, and perhaps my beautiful little shipmate was better for it. Certainly, I was.
Now, stop me if you've heard this one before.
And I dreamt that one day, she too would have a happily ever after story to tell.
Always one more twist. Eh, Papa?
After all, a great story always leaves room for a sequel. You can make your stories real, Nina. Yes, you can. But you must remake and remake them over and over as the sea changes and you change with it. And after every plank and nail is replaced, still, the story sails on. Le Téméraire. How I've missed you. Luckily, I was able to give you a bit of an upgrade before Nina takes over the family business, adventure.
Le Téméraire. Mum. Oh, I wish you could see it.
I'm here, darling. You were there until the very end of my story, my darling daughter. Now it's time for yours.
We are all together now, Nina. Your work for us is done. It's time to set a new course for yourself.
Well, darling, where will you go?
Everywhere.
Now then, stop me if you've heard this one before. So, there I was,